I already have some friends here. Let me see. Now I am going to be looking at my phone to get information as you may type anything. I already have some friends here. Okay, and I need to. Let me see. Now I am going to be looking at my phone to get information as you may type anything. I already have some friends. There I go. Now, you can hear me okay? I hope you can. You should be able to. Hi, Bonita. Benita, if you can hear me, just give me a little sign, okay? Hi, Kelly. Hi, Kelly. How you doing? Emily. Hi, Emily. I love your voice, Emily. Uh, I hope I have the right Emily there. I think so. Okay. Well, I started a little early today, just to get the jitters out. Oh, good. You can hear me all right. So I am going to be periodically, I'm not ignoring you, but I'll be looking at my phone periodically to get information. If anybody's typing anything in, I don't want to ignore them. Uh, but there'll be a little delay, just so you know. Uh, Technology is great, but there's always some kind of a delay. So tell me, it's I guess it's just about 6:59, uh, and I haven't done a live for a couple of months now. I've been uh, I've been sewing. That's it. I've been sewing, um, and the pandemic hasn't changed at all. So my days are pretty much the same. How about yours? Y'all have been keeping busy too? Okay, I'm going to continue just this nice little banter, and then I'll get into my talk here. Hopefully, we'll be all done in about 30 minutes or so. I would like you all to, if you have any questions or comments, please just type them in, and so that I can respond to you. I'd like you to feel like this is your own little private showing. And if you haven't been exposed to African or African American quilts like this, let me know. Oh, Kelly, you're eating. Oh well, then you know what? You could just sit back and enjoy yourself. Think of this like a TV program. Uh, oh, Emily is saying here that she loves my work and she tries to sing as much as she can. I'm in the same boat. I used to sing in my church choir and a community chorus, and sometimes I find myself just breaking out my books and singing my part. Sometimes I sing the soprano part. Sometimes I sing the alto part, just to make it more interesting. Yay! Bonita says that she's going to be retiring in 10 days. Hooray! And then she'll be a full time quilter. God bless you, made it. Yeah, I've begun to say I'm retired too. And I felt like, what difference? Retired? I'm still spending a full day's work in my sewing room. So who's retired? Okay, folks, I'm going to slide into the program for today. And what I'd like to do is introduce you, if you haven't already had the opportunity, to see some of my quilts that I make for my Etsy shop. Now, that shop is called Wakanda Quilts. And, I've been quilting for 20 years, and on and off, I've done the occasional African theme or African American theme quilt. But honestly, after I saw Black Panther a couple of years ago, I'm not ashamed to say that I had an awakening, like very many people. And that later that year, I started Wakanda Quilts, where I would have more of a focus. But in this case, the focus would be to explore my heritage. And of course, I started with a Black Panther quilt, but I've moved on. I decided to organize my work. Oh, excuse me. Let me stop something here. Okay. If the screen got interrupted, it'll get started up again. So, um, but I decided to organize my work to pay tribute to the African American heroines and heroes that shaped our culture. So, a big emphasis on my work is looking at quilts that look at the Black family and the leaders, achievers, and dreamers uh, of our heritage. Now, leaders, dreamers, and achievers is a collection of memorable quotes from those heroes, such as Malcolm X, Mary Bethune, Martin Luther King, President Obama, Harriet Tubman, and Maya Angelou. And I'll be showing you some of the latest ones I've done. But first, I'd like to start with the quilts that you've been watching here on the screen. And these are the ones I said that show the Black family. First, in the center, that's this one right here, with the orange and green and blue kente border, is highlighting the wedding prayer, or the prayer from First Corinthians. Love is patient, love is kind, because that's at the center of every wedding. And at the center, before you explode into the Black family. So that's what I have here. There is a wide blue border, and then a narrow black border that has a uh, um, gold machine quilting around it. The one to my far right is, and I'm going to make it a little easier for you, so it might be a little weird, but I'm just going to pick up the computer so that you can see it a little bit closer. So that's this one here. It's a mother holding her child up, and her other son is standing next to her. Oops, Daisy. Right, holding on to her skirts, as many children will. Uh, that's a beautiful quilt. The large is a son, and the child almost looks like he's flying. And then the last quilt is what I call the generations. And I'm just going to bring that over so that you can see that a little more closely. Oh, there you go. And you see there, it's 4 generations. The baby, the great grandma, grandma, and the mother, all circled around the baby. And it's, as you can see, it's lovely color. And this is based on a painting that the original artist made. Okay. So I call this my Black family. Marriage, beginning of the family, and then the generations. So let me just take a look, see if anybody has any questions. Hi, Teresa. Oh, glad you could make it. Now, one thing let me do say that with all of my quilts, you can get a better look at them. And if you want to get actually, you know, buy it, you can access my Etsy shop. There are 2 places on the page that shows the link to Wakanda Quilts on Etsy, or you could go to Etsy and type in Wakanda Quilts and you find it the hard way. Uh, one of the things I do want to say is that if you do make a decision about buying one of these quilts, these are all unique. What you see here, right? I'm a one-person shop, so you're not going to find 100 of the same thing anywhere. If you would like one made exactly the way, I can do it for you. But that's a service of having something custom made for you. Okay. Um, so you could buy it on the shop. If you really like it, you could put it in the comments and claim it so that nobody else can get it before you, because I only have one of these, each of these available that you see. This one here, the mother with her 2 children, is the only one available. Nowhere else in this country will you find that again. I had to go to Canada to get that print. This one also, I have one more available of this one. But I have another one by the same artist that shows 2 mothers, which you'll see that on my site. But there's only so much I could show. So you could take a look at that. Okay. All right. I'm looking at questions and all righty. I think I'm going to go on to the next round, which is to look at the quilts that are part of my leaders, dreamers, and achievers. And this is totally unique. You will not find this anywhere else on Etsy, on eBay, or Hobby Lobby. Definitely not Hobby Lobby. So let's start out with Barack Obama. And the quote I decided to use for him is a quote that is not as well known as you can see. It says, hold on, just give me a second. His quote says, "The future rewards those who press on. I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I don't have time to complain. I'm going to press on." So that's the quote I have here with Obama. And as you can see, it's dark green bordering around it, and kind of like, oh, feathering, orange feathers going all the way around it. This quilt is about 21 by 23 inches. And like many quilters, I also had other fabric that I liked. So this is the same quilt, but I'm using different fabric again. And you can see that I'm using browns this time. Okay. So that's Mr. Obama. I have other Obama, which you'll see on my page, but I couldn't show you everything. I thought you might get a little bored. So, okay. All right, Teresa, I see what you said here. Um, and make a note to call me when we're done, or I'll call you when you're done. Or you could go to the site and take care of it. Now, one of the quilts that I have found to be extremely uh, popular has been Harriet Tubman. And I don't know if you were if you have ever watched that movie that came out last year about her life, Harriet. I just love that. Every time that movie comes on, I am watching it. I probably watched it 5 times. So this quote by Harriet Tubman says, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world." And that's Harriet Tubman. It's a beautiful saying. The fabric around it is a batik, so it has elements of different shades of brown and turquoise mixed with the brown. It gives it almost a stone effect. But here's another effect. Same quote, same lady, but how about this one? I have the numbers here to help you if figure it out which ones you want. But this one, if you can see, has um, serving ladies all the way around it. So this one is longer than the others. This one's this one is 32 inches long. But a lovely tribute to Harriet Tubman. My third dreamer is the original dreamer, Mr. Reverend Martin Luther King. And his first quilt, but his saying, again, is I decided to use one that is not so commonly known. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And I love that quote from Reverend King. As you can see, the border on this are Africa in the red, yellow, and green colors. It says number 5 on it. So if in the comments you're interested in that one, you could say, I want number 5, or I want Reverend King with Africa border, so that I know which one it is that you're interested in. Now this one is again same saying by Reverend King, but as you can see, the colors of the border is a different kind of kente. This is what I love. This kente is orange, burgundy, and black, and white as an accent running through the fabric, and uh, a dark green and blue border around it. And last for Reverend King is this one here, Back to My Browns. But this one is just a little funkier fabric, and that's why I like it. But if you'd like that with Africa, I have that available, which you could see on my shop. Okay, so guess who's next? Let's see. I did Reverend King, I did President Obama, I did Harriet Tubman, Poet Laureate Maya Angelou. And this I love this saying that she has, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. And you see there, in this particular fabric, I use the symbol that stands for the majesty of God. Okay, so that's kind of like on an orange background with black and white. And again, I love different shadings of brown. And if you thought I never liked color, here you go. This one's same thing, Maya Angelou, but this time I went crazy with color. This fabric, I think, has every color. It has red, it has yellow, it has green, it has blue, and a yellow border around the poetry. And then last, I have with the Africa fabric. And this is about 21 by 21 inches. Now, let me show, in case you want to see what kind of um, quilting I did on the back, just to like give you an idea. On the back, I tried to go with either blue or black fabric. Something dark. So you can see that like in this one here, I did a lot of quilting. You can see all the stitching I did. But generally, um, I went with black. Now in this one, I actually went with brown. There was so much brown on the front. I went with brown on the back. But generally, I try to go with darker colors, um, especially with my African ones. I don't know why that is, but generally, I like to go with darker colors. Now, let me just take a little second, and I want to make sure that I have a couple of things that we have to go over. So, let me ask you, folks, how's your Friday going? How's your Friday going? I know for me, Friday went like so quickly, and here it is already almost 7:30. I want to let you know that I ship the quilts anywhere within the United States, and the shipping is by priority mail, so they'll be tracked. But my shipping costs are free. So when you purchase it, you only have to worry about tax if online purchases are taxable. Ah, Teresa, things are relaxed, are going well. And also Emily. Oh Lord, Emily, you're getting ready for bed already? Don't play like me. Don't you know I'm a early to bed person too. But today, I'm glad it's Friday. I can give myself a little ease, give myself a little time to spend with y'all, and that's made it really enjoyable. Now, you may think that I am done, but there's just two more things that I'd like to show you. And then um, I want to ask you something. Well, why don't I just ask you something now? As you can see, these quilts I've shown you are what I call my wall hangings. They're relatively between 21 and 35 inches, 20 to 35 inches in size. This one, I believe, is the largest of the group that you've seen. Well, actually, these might work out close. About 33 inches square. But I also do some larger ones, um, large throws, or even bed size. But and a couple others that I could show you. So I was just wondering, would you like to see one or two more quilts? Just let me know in comments. Show of hands. Okay, you're going to make me decide for you. Okay, I'm going to decide yes. How about that? Yes. I have two quilts that I've been working on um, with quotes from my two of my favorite ladies, Mary Bethune and also Harriet Tubman. So here we go. Um, oh, I see some couple of other people, Marlene and Ethel. How you doing there? Thanks for joining us. Now, these are larger. They would be perfect to go over in a living room, over a sofa, or over a fireplace setting. This one is Mary Bethune. And as you can see, as I walk a little closer, it has the quote is in the center in gold embroidery, and it's on both sides are figures of African ladies facing each other and a wide green border. As you can see, I get closer, you could actually read it. I believe this one is Mary Bethune. For I am my mother's daughter, and the drums of Africa still beat in my heart. I love that quote. Love it, love it, love it. Now, you could also get that quote in the same fashion as these other quotes, but if you wanted something a little bigger to show off, that would be a nice one. Now, this one is another Harriet Tubman, similar fabric, but not quite the same. Now, now this one is one of my favorites. I call it my Queen of Africa quilt. And as you can see, it's a black woman standing in the back, and in the background is the continent of Africa. But in each of the corners is what is called an adinkra symbol, and that is embroidered. So in each of the four corners, there's a different symbol. And each symbol has a different meaning: strength, beauty, endurance, perseverance. And I just wanted to let you all see that. Now the large ones, you can see those when you go to my site. But I wanted to have a little time to just kind of show you, now that it's Black History Month, to have an opportunity to share with you what I do in my time to promote and honor my African American heritage. I love quilts like this, especially the ones, the leaders of dreamers and achievers, because that's not all. I mean, I have Frederick Douglass, I have Malcolm X, I have Arthur Ashe, I have Beyonce, you know, Oprah. I but there's only so much time. But if it's something that you would like, I can make something like that for you. But this is to give you an idea. Now, just to remind you again, they all are sent with they are all sent by priority mail, and shipping is free. Uh, I know, I seem to remember Valentine's Day is coming up, in which case the the quilts, honestly, either of these quilts would be a excellent gift. And if I can help you make the right gift, send the right gift, I would really appreciate helping you out that way. Also, want to let you know I have another shop called Prayer Quilts by Rosie, and that is the other side of me. This is my African American heritage, and the other is on um, my faith life. And you can take a look at that one as well. I think I have the link somewhere on a page. If not, you could go to Etsy and look for Prayer Quilts by Rosie, and you'll find it. I have lots of quilts of inspiration and scripture that you might find appealing. Now, um, I had a question in here that asked, how do I come up with my colors? Well, there are two ways. If it's a quilt where the center of it, like here, is white or another monochromatic tone, then I try to, I'm a colorful woman. Well, I can't deny that. I will go with brighter colors, blues, oranges, golds, to enhance the meaning and significance of the what is the focus of this quilt. If it's a quilt where there's already significant color, like you have in this family one here, I look for colors that will complement those the colors there, all of which is the point to enhance the subject, the focus of that quilt. It must not become what I add to it must not become the major thing that people notice. Okay, kind of like if you're dancing and one partner is somehow wants to impress the entire ballroom that I know how to dance, and pretty much leaves the his partner to kind of like stand in the shade. That's not good. What I want to do is elevate and highlight that partner, in this case, the main fabric, being here the family, there the mother and her baby. So that's how I come up with my colors. And I have been collecting fabric for years. And so um, that and the experience of putting colors together, I can see what will work together. Okay, well, um, thank you, Emily. Emily says I do a good job. Thank you so much. Well, friends, I'm coming up here on about 37 minutes live. So I would like to thank you once again for sharing this time with me. And I'd like to tell you how much I appreciate you. Now, again, if you'd like to get any one of these gifts, now's the time to do it. There was something else I wanted to show you, but it got sold yesterday. So I have to withdraw that. So if you'd like to get something, follow the links on the page. I appreciate you so much. And if you'd like, friend me, and then we can continue to correspond. Okay? So, that being said, friends, I wish you health and happiness. Be well, be safe. And I am going to call this night a night. If you have any other questions, I'm going to continue to monitor and answer any of your questions from the comments. Okay. But until then, thank you so much. It has been absolutely lovely. Bye bye.